my name is Belinda Dowston, and it is wonderful to have you here for our next weekly overview for this week, commencing the 11th of October 2021. So as we look back to last week to think, what does the I Ching want us to reflect back on from last week? What were some of the themes we might have been working with? What were some of the flows of change? And we see that we were paying attention to the small things. So how busy was your week last week? Were there lots of things on your plate? Lots of small things popping out of the woodwork you didn't expect? Boop, 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 coming up, right? So that would be a characteristic of a week where we have hexagram 9, the small accumulates. But that, as we pay attention to each small thing, as we work through our to-do list and we tick all those small things off on that project, we start to build momentum. We start accumulating power because we are tackling the small things. And hopefully, bearing in mind our overall theme of completion for October, that as you are completing things, what happens? You release that energy. All those little tires of energy that open issues tend to suck out of us, and then we get more and more energy as the month, and in this week in particular, it goes through. So hope that that was a good week, that we worked towards development, that we made progress, and we put one foot in front of the other. So this week, right, this is an action week, okay, because our first hexagram is hexagram 21, biting through. Biting through, when you look at the structure, you'll see that there is a male active line, the top and the bottom, and there are 4 lines except one little male line, which is like a plank in the mouth. Okay, so it's an open mouth in shape, and what we have is we have now a plank. We have an obstacle that is preventing the mouth from closing, and the way that we get rid of that obstacle is to bite very hard down on the obstacle and rend it asunder away. Okay, one of the best stories I use to think about this hexagram is Alexander the Great and the legend of the Gordian knot. So go and Google it, Gordian, Gordian knot, and you'll find it on Wikipedia. Go and have a look at the story. But essentially, in a nutshell, Alexander, in his rampaging accumulation of land in the years gone by, came across a village where whoever could undo this undoable knot in the village would become kind of the leader or the liege of that area. And so he looked at it, and he looked at the knot, and he could see this was an impossible knot. But nothing's impossible, right? So he took his sword and he went ka-chunk and cut the knot. And so it fell apart, and everyone was horrified because someone had used kind of a violent way of solving the problem, but he had solved the unsolvable knot. Clink. Okay. So this week in this hexagram is all about taking drastic, maybe not very drastic, but kind of very energized, focused effort in tackling an issue and ripping it apart, and using your teeth to bite through the issue and bite to the core and release it. Okay, this is not an energy where we make peace with the obstacle and we try and negotiate. This is an energy of decisive action. In a way, it's a little punitive. It can be thought of as a legal matter or a legal intervention to solving a problem. It's like, you're going along and then you put a case on it, right? You lay a charge, or you lay an accusation, or you say, I'll see you in court. It's that kind of energy. It doesn't mean that that is what we're all going to experience this week. I hope not. So wherever in your life there's a thing that's an obstacle, a gnarly old thing that's stuck in your teeth that you're trying to get rid of, and you've been coaxing and chewing on it, trying to clear it with soft, gentle means, it's not going to come right that way. It requires vigorous biting. Okay, cutting, all right? The sword, cleaving, it's that kind of idea, all right? Now, in our changing lines, we have one changing line in the 3rd position. And this particular changing line says, in the process of tackling this obstacle, okay, cutting through this problem, chowing through it, right? Biting down on it, we uncover poison. Okay, and it's a poison of the past. It's an old issue that is poisonous and horrible. Okay, and what we need to do is we must see it through, understand it, and release it. It is about bringing this issue, this poisonous issue that's inside the obstacle, to the surface, that it can be looked at, dealt with, and cleared out. So the biting and the energetic action is absolutely on point this week. I would suggest that you take a particular area you feel really, really stuck, particularly where it's somebody else that hasn't performed or is blocking you, or there's something in you that's blocking your path. And wherever someone has accountability for something and is not doing what they're supposed to do, this would be a great area to start. In our teams, usually we all like playing nicely and we like getting along, but there will always be some issue that no one wants to talk about, and it's actually the thing that needs to be dealt with and tackled. And in our families, there's always something that needs to be dealt with that we need to tackle. This is the week to do that, because the energy is there to help us. That's what the I Ching is bringing this particular hexagram to us for. So the changing line 3 says, in the process of biting and tackling the issue, the poison becomes obvious. It needs to be sucked out and brought to the surface, sorry for these visual images, and dealt with and released. And what is really wonderful is that our second hexagram that comes out of this changing line and as a result of biting through is hexagram 30, radiance. Radiance is a hexagram about illumination, seeing clearly, seeing in a much bigger perspective, understanding things, creating warmth and clarity and radiance for others, shining brightly so that others can see, that others can be inspired, and that their view can be bigger and brighter. In a team environment, this is calling you as a leader to step into the light, step into your light and shine brightly for others. Irrespective of what's going on around you, is to shine brightly, is to shine your light on the situation, on the issue, on the thing that the biting through is needed. And in a way, tackling that obstacle and bringing the poison out creates radiance. It creates an awareness and a clarity that perhaps had not been there before. I think what this does for us is tackling that issue brings aha, I didn't realize this was impacting me this way. I didn't know these issues were interconnected and feeding off each other. I didn't know that these two relationships were toxic. Whatever it might be, it creates an awareness. And when we know, we can't unknow, which is what awareness is there to do, right? So radiance and clarity and illumination and inspiration come because we took the effort of biting through. And sometimes the most important, difficult things to do and talk about are the things that are hardest. Okay, they don't tend to be easy things, otherwise we would do them. So this week, take the action. Might be a small issue, might be a big issue. Draw on the energy of the I Ching to help you. Think about hexagram 21 biting through. Call on it like it's a helper. Call on that hexagram. If you want to, draw it up. If you're going through a really tough time, draw up the lines in front of you. Draw on it like an energy source to say, I need to take action. I need to bite through this thing that's stopping me from getting where I want to go, and I need help. Draw on it. Okay, it's a symbol to help you. Please like, share, and subscribe. It'd be great to have you join us on the weeklies and on the monthly episodes. A reminder to go and check out October. And I look forward to seeing you on the socials and seeing you soon, because this opportunity for us to connect around the I Ching is just wonderful from all over the world. I think you guys are all amazing, how you are sharing and how you're connecting with each other, and how this global network of people focused on positive change is growing. So exciting. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon.